I want to make sure that everybody understands that I don't fancy myself as anybody that should be giving unsolicited advice to anybody for anything. That is not the case. I do have people who will ask me about certain things, career-wise, because they know that I've been through it, and I'm always happy to help people out with that. But beyond that, listen, I've screwed up just about everything you could screw up, and I've done just about everything wrong that you could do wrong. I'm probably not the guy that's going to give you the best advice for any scenarios. But again, always willing to listen. But I want to talk to the young people today, and I want to say the importance of this is to consider the source. When it comes to advice that you are getting from people, very, very carefully consider the source, because if you were to group all of the advice together, I would say 90% of it is going to be garbage. And that number actually may be a little bit higher. And 10% or maybe a little bit lower is going to be really good advice. But you're going to get that, especially if you're doing something where your life is about to change. Everybody's an expert all of a sudden. You're about to have a kid. You're about to interview for a job. The worst I have found, anyway, through my personal experiences, is if you're going to start a business. Holy crap. All these people that you've never had conversations with anything regarding that business about are experts. All of a sudden, they're telling you everything you need to know, everything you need to do. It's like, where did that come from, right? And again, keep in mind, 90% of that is going to be garbage and 10% is going to be true. Here's the tricky part. You have got to do the hard part of sifting all of that information and deciphering the good from the bad. And that's never easy to do. I do have some unsolicited advice on that, however, only on what's worked for me. And I call that considering the source. All right. So this is where I don't think I'm going to get canceled for this, because my next couple statements might come across a little insensitive, but I think the world's changing a little bit. I think we're almost to the point now where we can start saying things that might have been insensitive, a couple of months ago. Who knows? We'll give it a shot and we'll see what happens. First of all, right, for example, I'm not getting health and diet and fitness advice from my friends that are morbidly obese. No offense to them. They're great people. I love them. But I'm not going to them for fitness advice, right? A big one. When Colton was younger, I wasn't going to my friends who didn't have kids and asking them how I should handle this particular parental situation. And I remember some of my friends who didn't have kids, they're like, you know what you got to do? And I'm like, you know what you have to do is shut up, because you don't have kids, all right? So don't talk to me, right? So then the other thing would be business advice. And I don't want to take business and financial and investment advice from my friends who are always broke. No offense. And then let's talk about relationships too, because everybody's going to give you relationship advice, right? Especially the guy who's on his fourth marriage and you know that he's having an affair right now on his current wife. Like, look, I know people in all of these situations, and no offense, they're fun to hang out with and good people in their own regards. But I'm not getting particular advice in particular situations from certain people. And I think that is a very important thing, because you are going to be overwhelmed in life, as I was, as I use the examples of the child being born. Well, you got to do this and you got to do that. I got some wonderful advice, really did, but got some horrible advice as well. So that's it for today. All right, guys? Again, when you're getting advice, be very, very careful about the advice that you take. Analyze it, think about it, and don't let other people steer you the wrong direction from something that could affect the rest of your life. See ya.